the Attorney General's department has advised that the 15-year-old girl at the center of the child marriage controversy, Naa Okromo, should be released to her parents on Thursday. This comes after the young lady was taken through physiological and medical examination, which revealed that she was not pregnant. Addressing the press on the developments, Minister-designate for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Nungua Newman, says Naa Okromo will be reunited with her parents after they sign a bond. There is more in this report filed by Citi News' Anne Sheliziu.
There was a public uproar when a purported marriage ceremony between Ghana priest Numo Botekilawe, the 33rd, also known as Babu Wulomo, and Naa Okromo went viral. The ceremony, which attracted significant attention, took place on Saturday, March 30, 2024 in Nungua. Subsequently, the Department of Social Welfare under the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection assumed custody of the minor. At a press conference to give updates on the matter, Minister-designate for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Nungua Newman, said the 15-year-old would be reunited with her parents on April 18.
The Social Welfare Department under the Ministry of Gender has taken the child through counseling. The required medical assessments have also been undertaken. The counselors and caregivers have had conversations with the child and relatives about her education, her health, and her future prospects. So we would like you all to know that the medical assessment on the child, it indicates that she's not pregnant and she has no immediate health concerns. Naa Okromo's date of birth, from records at her creche and her primary schools she attended, indicates that she's 15 years old, and she was born on the 18th of July, 2008. The child will continue to pursue her education, and the Attorney General has issued an interim report, which is dated 18th April 2024, and has advised that in the best interest of the child and in accordance with Section 2 and 5 of the Children's Act, the child should be released to her parents pending their complete review of the docket. Thus, the child will be reunited with her family today, 18th April 2024, after the parents have signed a bond.
The Chieftaincy Minister, Stephen Asamoah-Boateng, also clarified that the young lady was not married to the Babu Wulomo, as speculated.
She wasn't married to the Babu Wulomo. It's a ritual which she has been initiated into it at age 6, and she was focused on it. All they did was to elevate her status to a queen mother of that deity. So there was no marriage. Yes, of course, there was some incident of some MCs embellishing it on so many things, and my advice to them, sometimes if they talk to the Ministry of Chieftaincy with my registers, we can find appropriate people to manage these events. But they didn't know, so they went ahead, but there was nothing like a marriage. Yes, there are some customs and traditions that may well be looked at by my ministry, because we all know as Ghana became independent, before then we lived in the era where the tradition ruled, the chiefs were in charge, and the fetish priests and abosom and all that, they controlled us. The Tindanes controlled some part. Me, when you come to my hometown and the fetish priest talks, nobody challenges them. There's a saying in Chi that but you can see it's red, but if you say it, you've tread where we shouldn't be, and the spirits deal with you. But also in the past, as we moved into modern world democracy, law, modernity, more education and all that, we've realized some of the customs and traditions need to be reformed.
Deputy Attorney General Alfred Tuayeboa also indicated that his outfit is still investigating the issue to ascertain whether or not the ceremony was an actual marriage.
Our office has taken possession or custody of the full docket on the matter, and our officers are reviewing the docket to ascertain various issues. One, whether what took place was actually marriage or not. We have not come to any conclusion on that issue yet. So the officers in the ministry are reviewing the docket, and when we come to any conclusion on that issue, it will be made known to the public. So what is now left is to ascertain what took place on the 30th of March, and if anything adverse is found in this particular docket, we give you the assurance that we will initiate prosecutions. But if there's nothing adverse about what happened, you also let you know.
The Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection has indicated that the young lady who was in the center of a marriage controversy would be released to her parents today after she spent a number of weeks with the government. Reporting for Citi News, my name is Anshirley Ziwu.
We'll stay with this matter because Naa Okromo, the teenager at the center of all this controversy, has been released to her parents. Citi News' Naa Okromo has been speaking to the Nungua Mankralo Checheni Bote Kofi Frankwa II.
In our midst right now, we have received now Yomo Ayemwede, and a joyous moment right from La. The people of Nungua walked to La, because every time a traditional office holder from Nungua journey to Mashi, which is Washiagba, to Nungua, when you reach the patient, a particular right need to be performed. So upon receiving her at the patient Lagoon, the right was performed, and the people of Nungua and the traditional office holders trekked to patient to make sure this right was performed. So I can confirm that by the help of God, we have now Yumu Ayemwede, in which we have performed. We've started with the right, the cleansing right, and then the purification right for her to be able to perform her duty. That we've been saying all over the time, that she'll be performing the first domino right, which is not only for the Nungua people, but for the entire Gadanwe, in line with the Omo celebration.
So, can you brief us, how was she presented? Was she handed over to her family by officials? Which officials really did the handing over? And was it to her family, I mean the mother and father, or to the chief priest, officials of the chief priest?
She was handed over to her biological parents, the father, the mother, and then the family relative was there as witness. From the gender ministry, the chieftaincy ministry, Minister of Interior. And we also like to express our profound gratitude to the chieftaincy minister, who has done so well over the period. We also like to thank Henry Kote, the minister designate for Interior. We also like to thank the minister designate for social welfare, and everybody, almost everybody, Attorney General, everybody that have been part of the process. At the end of the day, all that we've been saying, everybody can see and can also testify that all that we've been saying, that it is just for our customary and then traditional right, our practices and then usages. That was the reason why this particular right was performed for her.